All right, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. Thank you so much for coming back. Whoa, whoa, for coming back. Clearly, we have a lot to talk about. Clearly, we have some things that you are trying to release, it sounds like. I think. Wow. How are you feeling? I feel like you're waiting for something. You're waiting for something to return, or it's almost kind of like you're waiting for something to get better. You're waiting for some kind of invitation, or you're waiting for something. I feel truly, first and foremost, I find it quite interesting that before I could even do the greeting, these energies are already coming out. Already. Well, I can see that there are some things that are being lifted off your shoulders. I can see that there are some things that you are truly just allowing yourself to kind of get rid of. I almost kind of want to, I just heard the word banishing. So you could be banishing some things at the moment, or you could be just in a space where you're tired and you don't want to hold on to something. It's something that keeps you kind of drained and kind of, it's like, I feel like someone is still kind of stuck somewhere almost. Like they don't know whether to give, they don't know whether to receive or how to give or how to receive. And I also feel like they're having trouble with like moving forward with something. And it's almost kind of like something that's weighing on the heart real heavily, like very heavily. Right. Wow. I feel like your divine feminine is wounded. It's interesting because the idea that I had with this reading was that I wanted to see which of these essentials you could possibly work with, and which of these oils you could possibly work with in your ritual and whatnot. And I'm going to get to that in a moment, but it looks like this is going to be one of those quick messages. I feel like, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I just heard the word confusion. I just heard the word confusion, and like someone is like hoping for something. I feel like someone is like hoping to receive something, receive some kind of help, or receive like I just heard like a letter from somebody. This is definitely giving me divine love and divine partnership energy for some people. This Knight of Cups is coming up as something. I feel like this Knight of Cups is impatient. I feel like someone has been patient. You may have been patient with something and you're ready to progress and move forward, but the other person is not really sure how to, or they're not really sure, or you're not sure how to let go of something. And I feel like it really does kind of play really heavily, deeply on your spirit, where it almost kind of feels like you're not sure what to give, how much to give, if you are safe to receiving this because of how much you've given in the past. I feel like you were someone who overly gave chances in your past, and now it's like you just don't have time or the energy or even the emotional effort to even keep giving and keep giving and keep giving. It almost is kind of giving me like you don't want to keep jeopardizing, or you don't want to continue on with this cycle of not allowing your divine feminine to be safe or feel safe. I feel like in the past your divine feminine was just wasn't safe at all. Like I feel like that space, that sanctuary, look at that. You have the Knight of Cups again. I ended up taking two decks, and I like to stack decks on top of each other. I'm known for doing that. I've been doing that for well over 5 years now, I want to say, but it's definitely been a while. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's like I feel like someone has a really strong imbalance, and what's causing the imbalance is the constantly giving and giving and giving, thinking that if you give more, that the more you give, the more you receive in return, or the more that someone will see or change their mind about you or change their mind about this situation. And I just heard the word breakaway. I almost feel like your guides are telling you that it wants you to kind of break away from this energy and detach yourself and kind of hone back and watch and kind of just see how the energy plays out, or how the energy is choosing to show up right now, because there's something about you constantly overgiving and overcompensating, and that's part of the problem. I feel like your guides are nipping something in the butt right now. They are nipping it. They're like, listen, you called in this type of abundance, but if you keep overextending, if you keep giving, if you keep pouring out this energy, you're not going to have anything left. And I feel like someone is coming, they're approaching you and being very direct about it. It's almost kind of like when you have a guide that is no fluff, they don't laugh, they're just like, this is what I'm saying and this is what it is. I don't have time to play right now, and I don't. Like, I just would rather give you this because it's urgent. Like, it feels like you need to do this immediately. And that's the reason why when you first came on to this reading, that's the reason why the energy is like the way that it is. We are only about 5 or so minutes or 5 minutes and something seconds into this reading, and already the messages are rolling in because that's how serious this feels. I feel like the message for you right now, and I really don't see much of anything else to tell you this except for the fact that your divine feminine is depending on you to leave this thing to I just heard the word rejoice, which is interesting. It's one of those things where when you decide to no longer continue to give to this thing, where you're constantly giving and overpouring and overdoing for this thing, and you detach from that and you pull back from that and you open yourself up to receiving instead, and you honor your divine feminine, you honor your hunches, that's when the energy starts to kind of even itself out. This Knight of Cups here is looking for something to give, or it's looking for an opportunity for love. It's looking for an opportunity for divine partnership. It's almost kind of giving me like you have like a dating profile, right? I don't know why it's bringing me to like a dating profile, but you could be on Plenty of Fish, or you could be on whatever dating app you're on, right? And then the people that keep coming into your life are just like, they're showing you something that you're wanting, or that what I'm hearing is that they're showing you what you want by their inability to provide that. And I feel like your guides are saying, no, you've been down this road before. If anything, what I want you to do is set your intention for spiritual love instead, because if you continue down the path you're on, all you're going to do is end up unhappy. The Three of Swords here and the Five of Pentacles here is showing you that you've been unhappy in the past. You've been unhappy before. I know you probably really can't see that well because of the lighting situation, but you have the Three of Swords again and the Five of Pentacles. This is letting me know that in the past, there was so much that you were giving and you felt lost. It's almost kind of giving me someone like at a crossroads where you've been giving and giving and giving. And so you're just like, well, how? And I also feel like someone's confused as to how they open themselves up to love again. Spirit is asking you to, wow, look at that. You have the Star card here and the Sun card is also here. I feel like Spirit is letting you know, and a card just fell. Give me 1 second. Let me go and pick that up real quick. The card that fell was a Page of Wands. I feel like with this energy, I feel like what you're called to do at the moment is to understand that the light that you exude from within yourself is going to attract people, but it's not only going to attract the people that you may want, but it's also going to attract the people that lack the light and they seek that light. I'm getting a vision of like being deep, deep, deep into the ocean and like the deeper layers of the ocean. And there's like this, I think it's called the angler fish or something like that, where it has this light and these fish kind of gravitate towards it. And then the fish, that's how it eats or it hunts using this light. That's the energy, or that's the fish that I'm seeing, and it looks so monstrous. It's crazy looking. This thing is looking crazy. Finding Nemo. Remember on Finding Nemo, that fish where when Dory and Marlin were swimming, and they were just like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. It's like you keep swimming. It's giving me Plenty of Fish. Get off of that. Like, I don't want to tell you what to do, but get off of that app, please. That energy is not for you. Like, you could be someone that, because your vibration is higher, or because you require higher quality love, you're going to have to open yourself up and look on other spaces that are not cheap. Like, Spirit is saying to you, don't cheapen your energy for the sake of receiving love, because you're not going to have to wait forever. You're not going to have to wait forever. If anything, this is one of those things where you really don't want to just give your energy away to just anybody. And if anything, with the Five of Wands here, I just heard the word quest. I heard the word quest. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, not the Ace of Pentacles, but you have the Ace of Cups in reverse here. I feel like I just heard the word withholding. You're withholding some type of energy, or you're withholding something because you know that if you continue to give this, and as a matter of fact, I'm hearing this as instruction. You're being instructed to not give much of this energy to others or to just anybody because it's going to drain. You have way too much light. You have way too much light. You know. I know that in on the table here in the cards it doesn't seem like it because of the traditional meanings. I pick up on things that may not be presented in the cards because that's just how my intuition works. I can do a reading with cards, I can do a reading without cards. It depends on what I feel called to do because as a seer, as someone who is intuitive, I'm going to pick up on messages regardless, right? Like these things kind of trigger things within me, right? And the fact that I'm being triggered to say this, it's because I can feel that your divine femininity is not, it's not liking some energy. It's just not doing it. It's not liking it at all. It's not. I also feel that with the chariot card here, I feel like you're ready. It's like you are ready. You are setting your intention. You are doing what you have to do. Also, I need you to check the ingredients that you're using in your divine love oil, or I need you to check the ingredients you're using to call in love because there's something that you're putting in that oil that could be acting as a backfiring. It could be backfiring because of the energy that the herbs carry. Like if you're using burdock root in a love oil, honey, that stuff, it's gonna backfire. Like what? No, no. I know that, people like to say things like, well, I don't care what I put in there. It's the power of my will. You think that all you want to. You think that all you want to. But the same, and I'm not saying this to you. I mean, you could know someone that's like this, but I would not put stinging nettle and anything regarding a love. Like if I'm trying to draw in love, I'm not going to do that. Or if you're trying to find divine love, spiritual love, and you're using catnip and hibiscus and you're using rose, like that's going to be, it's like what the combination that you just used was so superficial. It's like you're not even drawing in love at that point. You're drawing in lust. Like, you know what I mean? There's a difference. Now, it would be different if you decided to use something like jasmine flowers and you decided to use rose and frankincense and something like that. So you see how the vibration changes? Because the frankincense is going to help you to purify the energy, to make sure that you keep away the negative energy or the unwanted energy. The rose is acting as far as love is concerned, love and beauty and romance. But then the jasmine flowers are helping you to draw in spiritual love, love that is divine, love that is holy. That's the difference. And if you also want to throw in something in there like holy basil, if you wanted to, you bless it or you bliss it, as I like to say. You see how the vibration of the oil will change depending on the ingredients. That's the reason why Spirit is telling you that it wants you to change up how you're doing it. If you do not know what you're doing when it comes to your oils, when it comes to your candles, please seek help. I am someone who is here to also give you that help. There are several things that you can use that are available in the Etherium that you can use to help you draw in that kind of energy. But not even just that. Sometimes the ingredients are going to change depending on the type of love you're trying to draw in. It could be platonic. It could be friendship. It could be love between a mother and a father. It could be love between a sibling, right? Like it's different types of love. Like what are you trying to draw in? It's gonna differ. It's gonna differ. And I feel like there's some type of working that you probably did that's backfiring. And it's like, why is it backfiring? For other people, this could be energy where it's like, well, you set your intention for a soulmate, or you set your intention for this kind of money, but it appears to be backfiring. But what it is it's showing you and revealing to you a bad habit or something that you keep doing that's causing you to push the love away. You see what I'm saying? So it's different. It could be something that's backfiring, or it could be something that you are just being called to pay more attention to. And that's the reason why this guide is so like, I need you to focus. And also I'm hearing that your guides are trying to show you how to work your magic a little bit differently, how to, set your intention a little bit differently. They're wanting you to be in an open space. They're saying that they want you to practice and start with earth-based magic. And they want you to practice with earth, and they want you to do fire. I mean, I'm sorry, not fire. For some of you, it may very well be fire, but they're saying earth and water. And they're clapping earth, water, earth, water. They're saying to you that they want, if you live in a place like Florida, be careful, because if you're clapping above the water, you're probably just going to draw in energy. I don't know, like if you're in Florida or if you're somewhere where there's crocs or snakes, be careful, because the vibrations you send off, you can welcome in that kind of energy. You don't want to do that. Okay, you could have a really strong connection. The fact that I'm saying that, you could have a connection to New Orleans. You could have a connection to, what is that movie called? It's called Princess and the Frog. You could have a really strong, I'm getting chills right now. You could have a strong connection to gators, to snakes, to hoodoo, to voodoo. You could have a connection to that. I mean, whatever it is. Santeria, like or Santeria. I don't know how to pronounce it. Excuse me, my apologies. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I feel like you could have a really strong connection to that. Um, yeah, that's the that's the energy that I'm getting. I don't know why I'm picking up on that energy, but anyway, I want to pull myself back and I kind of want to relax now. That fire, you could have a really strong association with fire. And your fire is very magnetizing. And that could be the reason why you keep drawing these things in. It's your fire. You could have a really strong Queen of Wands energy. Look at that. You have Two of Wands here. Exactly. You are very prophetic, of course, deeply intuitive. And it's because of that fire, it's like you keep giving it away. That's why you keep giving it away. Why are you giving it so much of it away? Your guys are saying don't be a people pleaser. You have the King of Wands here. I said Queen of Wands. You have King of Wands that's here. You have King of Wands that's here. I wonder if the Queen of Wands is going to show up at all. Sometimes that happens. Not all the time. You have Queen of Pentacles. Is there anything else before we go? I just heard tell them what oil to use. I don't know what oil to use, Spirit. I don't know which one. Divine Union for some people. So you may be called to work with a Divine Union one. I'm looking to see what other oils are here. I only see Divine Union and I see Spiritual Protection. Those are the only ones. The fact that the Sun is here, however, and you have the King of Wands again, you're attracting some type of really strong... Okay, I'm not really getting energy that's favorable from this King of Wands for some people because it feels like they're just... I wish that this was in the Saiyonan archives because if it was, I would use different language. But in this instance, I'm seeing that you're attracting people who are really drawn to your light, but they're drawn to your body. They're drawn to how you look. They're not really willing to look past how you look. And you excite them. You excite them on so many levels. And it's so funny because this does not just mean someone, look at that. Exactly. Ace of Wands. You have a strong, strong, strong fire to you. That's why they're saying that they want you to work with earth and water because it really does help to balance those things out. You already have the air and the fire element. They're saying that they want you to work with earth and water because that's what's going to help you increase your ability to discern, right? You increase your ability to discern because everything you're exposing so much right now. But on the flip side, I see some things that are very, 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 very exciting. And you have the Ace of Wands again. Exactly. You have double cards here. I feel, and look at that, you have the Lovers. You can't make it up. You have the Lovers. Exactly. You have the Lovers here. These cards are in no particular order because it just feels like it doesn't need to be. But you really do have a lot of fire here. You do. I feel like you definitely have been calling out. You really have. If I were you, I would 100% work with Spiritual Protection and the Divine Union. Yep. Spiritual Protection and Divine Union. I would not be working with any other energy for you at the moment. I would just do those. Because that's just what I'm seeing. Like, I don't see anything else for you right now. If you want to know what I'm talking about, it's this oil here. It's the Divine Union oil that I have. It is used in any ceremony or ritual to call in sacred union, divine partnership, and soul-aligned love, used to harmonize inner and outer union, balance feminine and masculine energies, and attract relationships in alignment with your highest path. Exactly. That's the reason why I would 100% work with this. I can craft at this so that the love that you draw in is a vibrational match to you, but helps you with your highest best and helps you with your purpose, right? Helps you tap into that. So that means that if you are using this and you're already in a relationship and that relationship is draining, that shit's gonna start happening. Like shit's gonna start happening or it's gonna start being a lot more obvious. People may start saying things. They may feel certain things and they may be upset with you or they may, you may start getting into arguments and it's like you've seen the signs, but the oil helps to amplify it because the oil is what carries the energy outside the moment that we make the magic. Like this is essentially walking like a bottle full of magic. That's what this is. It's a moment that I use to draw in the energies and work with the energies of what's available, of course, in the planets and of course what's within me and plus with the intention of what the oil is for. And then you use that, you work your magic around that, you set your intention, you pray, right? Like you do your thing. And then that energy amplifies, and then that's the energy that gets carried. And at that point, that's when you'll start to see things changing. For some of you, it may be within 3 days. For some of you, it may take a little bit longer. But regardless of that, if you are using any type of energy or any type of oil, I should say, or any type of candle or whatever it may be from the Saiyonan Etherium, it's going to help you not only manifest, not only transcend beyond your pain and your suffering, but it's also going to help you to expand your consciousness. And when you expand your consciousness, what ends up happening is things start to become a lot more apparent. It starts to become more real. You start to become a lot more aware. And if you're not ready for that, I wouldn't suggest that you use it. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But anyways, I do feel like with that, having said that, I feel like you do exude a very lovely light. And I feel like that is a part of the reason why you were so wounded in the past, because you were so busy giving that light. People were just so drawn to you. Like you have a really strong magnetic force. And now it's time for you to start moving or retrieving that energy and pulling that energy back to see who is actually really there for you, not for what you look like, not for what you smell like, or things of that nature, but it's more so to see who's there for you because they just simply love you, like not for anything, for any other reason, right? Like you can do for them, yes, of course, but they also want to do for you because of who you are, not for a selfish reason. This sun card is coming up as selfishness. You dealt with very many people like that in the past, but I don't feel like it's something that you have to deal with right now any longer. So anyways, you have the Ace of Cups coming up again. And look, remember when we talked about the Queen of Wands? Here it is. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. That's your confirmation. Queen of Wands. Okay. So yes, I feel like with that, I mean, another layer to this message, I could say is that you are someone that really does, this is like a green light for you. Like purpose is activating, right? Like purpose is activating. You're making those choices, right? Your energies that you're protecting yourself from or that were coming in to kind of keep you straight away from the path, those energies are leaving. You could have worked a magic that you could have worked a ritual about or concerning purge and banishing and things of that nature. And I feel like at this point, yeah, I feel like now whatever prophecy that you saw is now going to start being fulfilled. I feel like for some of you, I just saw success and I just saw someone like it's bringing me to Hawaii. Like it's bringing me to whatever. I just heard the word, I don't know why I just heard Polynesian. I just heard like the culture, and then I'm hearing, it's so funny because it's wild. I'm hearing luau. And then I'm hearing the words like fire dancing, and I'm seeing someone like dance. I don't know what that's called. And excuse me, I don't mean to be rude or ignorant. Pardon me for my ignorance if I'm not saying this correctly, but it's how they do like the dance, and then they work with fire and things of that nature. Like that's what I'm seeing right now. You could have a really strong significance to that, or you may meet your love partner or whoever else in that region. I just heard the word Samoa. Wow. As I say that, look, oh my God. What? This is so crazy. This is so crazy. I'm kind of freaked out actually. This is the Knight of Wands. This is the energy. That's why. And it's giving me almost kind of like Six of Wands vibe as well. You are about to get into some exciting things. Exciting things. Exciting. If you block this energy out, if you block whatever energy that benefited from you because of all that you gave, and you decide that you are no longer wanting to give to that energy, you'll then start to become a lot more free and you'll explore. And then that's when things will start happening and coming into your life. I see this as travel. You are getting yourself back out there, but I really need you to say no to whatever energy is making you feel like you have to constantly show up for it. I feel like if you said no to that you're going to welcome in this energy. Now, this is where it switches. I feel like with that energy, after you're done working your magic for the protection ritual and things of that nature, and you have done your magical working for the divine union, you can also use one more oil. The oil that you can definitely use is the planetary magic, the sun. That's an energy that you can also work with. I also handcrafted this and designed this to ensure that you radiate that solar energy, but in a way that's very protective, expansive, and very seen and very vibrant. So even if you wanted to work with just the sun, like for success or whatever it is, visibility, you can do that. That's what this is for. However, it's anything regarding what the sun rules. It could also be enlightenment. It can also be the expansion of your light. It could be the heart space. It could be that. It could be confidence, whatever it is. Although I do have a Six of Wands oil that I'm not going to talk about right now, you could definitely work with this sun energy to amplify any energy concerning fire or any energy concerning the sun. Okay. So if you want positive attention and things like that, this is what you can work with. And also it's longevity. So anyway, 3 oils: spiritual protection, divine union, and the sun. That's what I would do. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I really hope that you got what you needed out of this message. I'm going to go ahead and prepare for the next message because this one just kind of came and it was fast, it was quick, and it was just, that's it. All right. Well, anyways, I'm going to make sure to leave the link to any of these oils down in the description box and also in the comment section. That's where you can find it. Also, if you need to work with me for any reason, you'll find links available there. Also, I'm going to be writing and things like that because I'm a writer at heart, of course. I'm just coming on here to kind of do and look at that. To end the reading, you have the Magician. You cannot be for real. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Send this to someone that you think could benefit from it, and make sure that you yourself become a part of the Saiyonan collective by subscribing. You can also become a private member, a part of the Saiyonan circle, which is a coven of private space for us to dwell together. That's where I do several things behind the scenes that I will not be sharing with the public. Okay. I'm creating my own sanctuary where I can then branch out in person, not just online. I'm building that now. That's why I'm gathering my people. I'm building community. Yes. Thank you for being a part of this valued community in this space. I love you. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next video.